goes. We should be online. Hello, Michael Bassett. Hello, Kevin and Green Yeti. How you doing? Hey, guys. I'm experimenting. How does the screen look? I'm trying out a different screen layout. Hi, Jay and Goldie. Hi, John. Hi, Bradley. All right. Okay, so if this is working right, you should be able to see me. Let's see. Let me see. Let me see. Hold on here. Okay, so you can see Audrey Hepburn over there. That's good. Hello, Project Dark Corp and Ratface. Nice to see you, Byron. By the way, Byron, I hope you're feeling better. Byron has been experiencing some medical issues, but last we talked, things were doing better. So hopefully you're feeling good, Byron. Hello, Chad. All right, let's see here. Hi, Jeff. Green Yeti, you say you're going to boarding school. That is interesting. I don't really even know what boarding school would consist of nowadays. I mean, you see boarding school in the movies, but you know, you don't think that movies are accurate to real life. So I hope it's a good experience. Hello, Not Snarl and Mike Hoke or Mark Hoke. How you doing? Hey, Mark, I'm glad you made it. That's cool. Let's see here. Jan Eric 31 says hello from Montreal, Canada. Hello from the United States. All right. Well, it looks like it's working. So if it's working correctly, you should see the live chat as well as the full screen plus the HCC788. Hey, it's JoeFan82. Hi, JoeFan. And McDowan, how you doing? Actually, McDowan asks if I'm using different software to stream. That's one of the things that I wanted to talk about this evening. Things may look a little different to you in this particular stream. That's because I am not using my phone to live stream now. I've had a bit of an upgrade. And I have somebody to thank for it. I don't know how many of you remember Larry Loera, who sent me the very large collection of modern G.I. Joe figures. Well, apparently he likes to be called Jack, not Larry. So I've been calling him that this whole time, but he goes by Jack. Well, Jack actually purchased for me a new laptop. This is something that I mentioned at the end of last year, something that I really needed to upgrade. Well, essentially, he just sort of upgraded me. So I now have a laptop that has about 3 times the RAM that the old one did. All the trouble that I've been having, like editing and rendering high-definition video, I don't have that trouble anymore. I did the first video of the year, the editing on this laptop, this new one. It is fantastic. It goes really fast. It's great. So I wanted to publicly thank Jack for that. It was unexpected. It's appreciated. I do want to reiterate that it's nobody has to do that kind of thing for me. I do appreciate it when somebody does step up and does that, but I don't want anybody to feel obligated. Jack volunteered to do it, and so now my computing issues are a thing of the past. And one of the things that's also a bonus about this particular upgrade is that it has a decent webcam, and I can actually use the live stream features that were not available to me on my phone. Hello, Mike Lopez. I'm missing people. Hey, SEO Toy Review is here too. Hello, SEO Toy Review. Hi, Rob M and Beta Ray Bob. Solid 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And Painted Plastic. How you doing, Benjamin Hunt? Green Yeti. Kathy is not here right now, but I'm sure we will have her back again sometime in the future. After all, we are related, so she does come over to my house from time to time. Hey, Kevin. We got Kevin Maley and Kevin from SEO Toy Review in the same chat. So hello, Kevin and Kevin. So what I thought I would do is I thought I would enjoy Timmer's favorite beer, which is a joke, by the way. This is apparently kind of really crappy Belgian beer. Apparently in Belgium, this is known as like the cheapest beer in the pub. Just kind of as a joke, I thought I would get some and try to start the rumor that this is Timmer's favorite beer. And it's, yeah. Daniel says, do I have the Hot Toys Cobra Commander Hotness Action Doll collectible? I don't have that. I don't have any Hot Toys. I have seen them. They're very impressive, but I have not brought any of those into my collection. Rezakai says HCC788 and Steve from Joburg can do a G.I. Joe stream together and talk toys. Well, if he wanted to, absolutely I could. See, now with this setup, I could have a window for Skype, so I could get somebody on Skype, and we could actually have guests in the live stream. That's very exciting to me. I mean, it's when you're working with substandard equipment and just having to make do, having stuff that works feels like a luxury. And right now I have stuff that works, which is really nice. And I really think that it's going to improve the quality of the videos in the coming year. RTD1 says, yo, hello from LA. So hello, LA from the United States. I'm just chugging back Timmer's favorite beer here. So I'm thinking there's another thing that I'm thinking about now that my computing issues are resolved. I'm thinking it may be time to upgrade to a 4K camera. I did double check to make sure that my video editing software can render in 4K, and it can. And 4K is apparently the future. So I've had my eye on a few 4K cameras. I'm not quite ready to pull that trigger yet, but it's on the radar. I'm thinking about it. I'm looking at it. So I guess now that I can edit those large multimedia files, it seems like it's about time to start looking at 4K. Thank you, Green Yeti. So hello everyone. Nice to see everyone. I will do my best to keep up with the live stream. And I apologize if I missed some. I know I've already missed some. Yeah, McDowell, Hoodie Coco, and UHD. Now, unfortunately, that means that you'd have an extremely high resolution video of this face. So I may lose some subscribers. But even so, you know, you get really high resolution video of the toys, and that's what everybody's here for, right? Somebody had a question. I think I missed somebody's question. Yeah, my sister-in-law Kathy apparently has a thing for Channing Tatum. Comic Tropes suggests smearing Vaseline on the camera. I wasn't going to talk about my personal kinks here, but you know, if you really got to bring it out, there might be Vaseline involved. Thanks for ringing it up. If I got a new camera, would I redo any of my reviews? Ryan says. Some of them I would like to. If I had the time, there are a lot of them that I just wish I had the equipment and the skills and the techniques back then to make them better. So some videos might get redone. You know, I have redone reviews from time to time over the last few years. So it's always a possibility that I might redo one that I feel really needs to be redone. 76 Zone says hello from Atlanta. Hello, Atlanta from the United States. John Olick says, do I have the Equalizer from Slaughter's Marauders? I do have the Equalizer. That is a really cool toy. I actually have a few things to show you guys. Now, apparently I did the unboxing donation video for December a little too early because I got more stuff in December. But I'm going to save those things and do them in a proper donation unboxing video for January. So, excuse me, I've already gotten more stuff that I want to show you guys, but I'm not gonna do it in a live stream. I'm gonna do it in a proper donation video. So that'll be coming soon. Jeff A says he's collecting Joe's again. It's my fault. Well, I'll take the blame for that. Lost my collection from 94 to 2001 in a house fire. Oh, I'm sorry. That's a tough loss. Spent over a few hundred over the last weekend on Joe's. Well, I hope you enjoy reacquiring your collection. That's a tough loss. I'm sorry about the fire, but welcome back to the collecting game. I hope you enjoyed it. Mark Hoke has a question. Fire away, Mark. So Song Creator 25, I got him into, you know, I'm just sharing the stuff that I like. So you guys can't blame me if you blow hundreds and thousands of dollars on little plastic army men, okay? I'm not telling you to go out and buy that stuff. However, if you do, you know, I'm supportive of that. Stella Artois is, well, I could have done better. Frankly, Timmer, I'm not so sure about your favorite beer here. You suppose Timmer will watch this later? I mean, it's like middle of the night in Belgium right now, but you think he'll watch it? I think the Breakfast at Tiffany's Audrey Hepburn, that's Susan's. I think she found that at an antique store, and she had to have it. Susan is a big fan of Audrey Hepburn. That's why our youngest daughter is named Audrey. Oh, Rezakai sends a super chat. Thank you very much. He says, was always a fan of Hot Toys version of Beachhead. I have seen the Hot Toys version of Beachhead, and it's great. One thing, Hot Toys always impresses me with the amount of detail that they put into those figures. And to me, like the larger scale figures, like the 1/6 scale figures, since they are larger, they should be able to have more detail than a smaller figure. But you notice a lot of times you buy a 12-inch figure, and it's not any more detailed than a 3 3/4 inch or 4-inch figure is. Sometimes less detailed and less articulated. But yeah, Hot Toys, they are kind of high end, so I haven't jumped on those yet. Ryan says it's better in a glass. Well, I'm not fancy. A glass is all fancy. I can't be fancy. I gotta. Does it deserve a glass? I know they have like Stella Artois glasses. I've seen them, but to be honest, I've never actually had this beer. This is the first time I've had it. And yes, I mainly did purchase it as a joke. But yeah, it's I mean, it's not the worst. I've had worse. Hey, Brandon Knight, how you doing? Yeah, Hot Toys are quite expensive. There's no doubt about that. Your mom used to buy Joe's from Child World, Ann and Hope, J.C. Penney. Yeah. Well, J.C. Penney is still around. Not what it once was, though. Can you even still get toys at J.C. Penney? I don't think you can. I haven't been to a J.C. Penney in a long time. Yeah, $1.99 for Joe's back then must be nice. Thanks everyone for showing up. It's really cool to have everybody here. I've been looking forward to this live stream all week, even though it's only Tuesday. It feels like it's been days and days. Monday was a very long day. Today was a very long day. Tomorrow at work is going to be very busy. So it's a tough week. There's no getting around that. Excuse me. It's a tough work week for me. So I'm trying to keep up with my other YouTube plans and schedule. But some stuff will have to wait a little bit until I get past this hump at work. It's a really busy week. Oh, 46 Zone says $4. Here is 4 for 4K. So that $4 is going to be put toward an eventual 4K camera. I've been looking at them. I've been pricing them. I've been looking at different brands and trying to see what might be the best. I want to get the best I can. I also want to get something affordable. Yeah, that I don't know exactly when I will do it, but I think the next major upgrade will be that. It's time to start looking at higher resolution. So yeah, that's the next step. And thank you, 46 Zone. Actual ZBR says who has the best animal? Who has the best animal? I suppose you probably mean like which G.I. Joe has the best animal companion. But I'm instead going to answer that question rather obtusely by saying I have the best animal because I have my doggy, and my doggy is the best. Yes, Green Yeti. Thanks, Songcrafter25. I will make it through the week. I just have to. Mainly, if I survive tomorrow, then we'll be better. But man, this week has been a bear. Mark Hoke had a question, and he said that he had a question, but I didn't see the question. Did he ask the question? Mark, if you asked the question, I apologize for missing it. Let me scroll up here. We'll see if I scroll up here. Oh, can I reference your Cobra Law review during my Pythona review next month? Absolutely, yes. Mark Hoke, feel free. Absolutely. Mark's going to got Pythona to review. So the Collectors Club figure subscription service, Pythona, I assume is what you're talking about. Yeah. If you want to reference my video, that's fine with me. Am I affected by the government shutdown? I am not. I don't work for the federal government. I work for the state government. More specifically, the Public Defender's Office is under the judicial branch of the state government. Oh, and Chad Kimmel, $1.99 super chat, thank you very much, says, have I ever tried Youngling? I haven't. I have intended to, but I haven't yet. So is that a recommendation, Chad? Chad, are you recommending it? Yeah, Brandon, it doesn't really cause problems with my job. It's really affecting federal employees. Since I work for the state, it doesn't really. Thank you, Mark. I appreciate it. Wish RTD1 says, I wish Raptor's Falcon came with Lieutenant Falcon. Well, that would have been just perfectly on the nose, wouldn't it? If Falcon came with Falcon. And why not have the Falcon also be a lieutenant? You know, you could give him a rank. Why can't a bird not have a rank? So I think you should have Lieutenant Falcon come with Lieutenant Falcon. Metallica! Oh yeah, Sam Adams Seasonal Brew, Songcrafter 25 recommended Sam Adams Seasonal Brew. That's a good. That's probably what I should have gotten. I'm not a super beer guy. I mean, I drink beer. There are people that are much more into beer than I am, but I mean, I like it. I like good beer. This is Timmer's favorite beer. Let's everybody just remember, this is Timmer's favorite beer. Make sure we have the hold on. Actually, Stella Artois is not sponsoring the show. They are not sponsoring the show. Therefore, I have to drink it this way. Ice cold Miller Lite, nectar of the gods. Slayer. People are just putting random band names into the chat now. I approve of that. That's fine with me. Yeah, Beta Ray Bob, new reboot for G.I. Joe for a younger audience could be all animals. I think that's perfect. You could have an audience of children and furries, you know. Really very inclusive. Typo Negative. Hey, actually met Typo Negative back when Peter Steele was still alive, obviously. Typo Negative played a concert. I got to remember where it was. I believe it was in Memphis. It was a lot of years ago. But we did meet them out of the back of the venue. They were nice enough to sign some autographs out by the tour bus. It was a pretty cool show. ABBA. John says ABBA. Mark Hoke used to be a bud man. G.I. Joe Animals to the Rescue. Yeah, MacDowin has the slogan. Or I mean, can you do a real animal hero? Would that work? I don't know. Byron is type A positive, and by this point you would know, right? I do hope you're feeling better, Byron. I really do. 9 Inch Nails. Hey, I've seen 9 Inch Nails live too. You see, I used to be a very interesting person, and like I used to do things like go to the music and the rock and roll concerts and whatnot. Um, I always liked Timber. I liked the way both the comic book and the animated series kind of wrote him into Snake Eyes' story. Could I imagine the Dreadnoks in a bar fight? I think it would be hilarious, but also brutal. I mean, the Dreadnoks don't seem to care very much about their own personal bodily integrity. So, I could imagine like they could get wailed on, but just keep on fighting. I just imagine the Dreadnoks as just loving to fight. Thanks, Songcrafter. Oh, Mark. Yeah, Mark, I apologize. I have been meaning to share one of your videos just so everybody can see where your channel is. I just hadn't gotten to it yet. It's been a really crazy month or so. For SEO tour reviews, Junkyard was one of his faves. And Junkyard was one of the first animal companions, and at that time he was a novelty, and I thought it was awesome. Like, I get a G.I. Joe action figure that has a lot of accessories, and he comes with a dog. It was like a bonus. Chad saw AC/DC in Pittsburgh, Cleveland, and Columbus. Nice. Very good. Let's see. Rezikai asked, did G.I. Joe ever make a Sentinel / Tomb of the Unknown Soldier figure? I know Gung Ho was in full Marine dress back in the vintage days, but the Sentinels are different. If they did, they would have done it probably for the 12-inch line, and I don't recall seeing one. So I can't attest to that because I don't know everything that was released in the 12-inch scale. But if they did, it probably would have been that scale. So I don't know the answer. Oh, Byron met Alice Cooper in Scottsdale. That's cool. Were you worthy or were you not worthy? JJ saw Kiss in Dallas, and all right, that's cool. We're talking some good bands here. That's awesome. Rob did a few shots with Guar's lead singer years ago before a show. Well, I mean, hopefully it wasn't too messy. I mean, doing shots with the lead singer of Guar, I hope you got out of the bar without being, drenched. Painted Plastic, thanks for joining us. Michael says, have I picked up any more Night Force figures or vehicles? The answer is yes. I actually recently picked up a figure, but I can't actually tell you which one it is because it's one that I believe will be reviewed pretty soon. So I don't want to give away the surprise, so I will keep that... keep it a secret. But yes, I have picked up one Night Force figure recently. So actually, I do have some stuff here. I cleared off my workspace here. I actually had everything set up to start shooting the second review of the year, but I moved everything so I could set up to do this live stream. But I got some stuff. I did acquire a couple of things myself, a few small purchases. So I thought I'd show this stuff to you. You should like this one. And believe it or not, I didn't have this figure before, but I do now. It's something of a fan favorite. I got a second version of Shipwreck from, I believe this is 1994. It is complete. I have all the accessories. It is ready to review. I have the full card back for it. But the card back is kind of wrecked. I have to think about whether or not I want to get a replacement for it or just leave it as it is. I mean, my rule is as long as the file card is readable, then that's all I really care about. And the file card is readable, but that card back is in pretty bad shape. But anyway, I got this. It is complete. Yes, Stinky Diver. There you go. But yeah, this version of Shipwreck actually gets quite a bit of praise, so I wanted to get it, and there it is. So I have one other thing to show you that I picked up recently. It is a different look for him, yeah. The other thing I got for myself was this. Now this is a card back for Red Star, the October Guard character. Now, I got this because one of the great things about picking up Mark Bellomo's Ultimate Guide to G.I. Joe is I discovered things like there are variants for the file card on this guy, and I didn't even know that they existed. So I'm trying to track down the variations of the file card. And this one is one that has a G.I. Joe sticker on it for the faction. That's a sticker. Just a label that they placed over the file card. I guess the earliest file cards had the Cobra faction for him, but of course Red Star is not a Cobra character. So they changed it, and first they slapped this really cheesy looking sticker on it, and then the last iteration of the file card is just printed with, you know, the regular G.I. Joe faction on there. And I thought that was interesting, although Red Star's not really a G.I. Joe member either, but you know, it's a little bit closer. He's not Cobra. But anyway, I would like to review Red Star. I actually was hoping to review Red Star in December, but I had to put it off because I realized that I wasn't ready to review it. I needed to pick up some file card variants. So, yeah, so that's, I mean, I have got a few other things for myself, just small stuff, but not a lot. You know, we're just past Christmas. Audrey's birthday is coming up in the middle of January, so I'm not buying a lot of stuff right now, but I have picked up a few things, but that's all I have to really show you at the moment. I do have some cool stuff coming in. It hasn't arrived yet. But yeah, I wanted to show that to you guys. Kevin says, how far do you plan out what you're going to review for each year? Well, let's see, 2 years ago, I planned out almost the entire year. In January, I had almost the whole year all planned out. But I would leave gaps so that I could move things around, or, you know, I could add something if I wanted to. But ultimately, that proved to be not flexible enough. I needed it didn't give me enough flexibility. That was planning a little too far ahead. So last year, I worked out the first 6 months, and I left the last half of the year blank, to be determined later. So the plan was to get through the first 6 months and then decide what the last 6 months would be. But I kind of procrastinated a little bit, so there's a large part of the last half of the year that was kind of improvised. And improvising is fine for some folks, but for me, it can be a bit of a problem because I got to make sure I have everything I need for the review. And if I start improvising, then I suddenly realize, oh, I was going to review this figure this week, but I'm missing an accessory, or the figure is broken, or something like that. So this year, I have the reviews planned out up through March. I've done through March, so after that we'll see where we are. Songcrafter 25 says, "Happy birthday to the birthday girl." I will pass that along to Audrey. Thank you. Robert. Yes, there's some cool new stuff to open. I am looking forward to it as well. Mark asks if I can plug his new snow job review on Sunday. Thank you. I will do my best to pay attention to when it goes up, and I'll try to spot it and share it on Facebook. I will do my best. Unfortunately, I cannot promise anything because life happens, and so if I forget, I apologize, but I will try to remember. Brandon says Night Force Shockwave he has. Wasn't cheap to get. Yeah, Night Force Shockwave is going to be probably one of the more expensive Night Force figures. I have to imagine the demand is pretty high for that figure, just because of the popularity of the figure. Michael Bassett says, my local comic shop Saturday, they had a mint and sealed box Night Boomer for sale, sticker shock $5.75. Well, if it's mint and sealed box, that probably is a good price for a Night Boomer. If it's open and assembled, if it's essentially mint loose complete with the box, I've seen them go for less than that. But sealed in the box, that's an expensive item. It is. I haven't got one yet. I have kept my eye on the prices, but I haven't pulled the trigger on that one yet. But I mean, a black or mostly black Knights Sky Striker is pretty cool. John Orlick says, do I hunt garage sales and flea markets or auctions? Yes, all the time. But I have to say, I have not had a lot of luck with like our local flea markets and garage sales. I see people post in the toy collecting groups of these great finds that they get at flea markets and antique shops. I haven't had that much luck. I mean, I've found a few things, but whenever I find something, I try to grab it. But I've not had the luck that a lot of people have had. Kevin says he picked up a Night Boomer and Night Striker in a trade for a bunch of mint in box Masters of the Universe Classics figures that you had extra of. So they were extra. So you basically got a Night Boomer and a Night Striker for your extra stuff. That's nice. That's a good deal. WWJD85 said, glad your streaming depression needed this. I understand, man. I really do. This live stream actually helps with my depression and anxiety a little bit. I don't like to miss these. So, I'm really going to try to keep up the regular Tuesday evening schedule. These live streams and being able to interact with you guys it does me a lot of good. So I have to say thanks to you guys for all your help. Daniel Heron, a black Sky Striker. Yes, the Night Boomer was the Night Force version of the Sky Striker, and it's mostly black, and it looks really cool. Sly says wants to know if any more G.I. Joe comic book reviews coming. Yes, they are. I intended to do one in December, but with the holidays, I just couldn't get to it. I tried and tried and tried to set aside the time and find the space to set up my recording stuff, and I just wasn't able to get to it. So once we kick off January with the first review that's coming up this Sunday, my hope is to get back on a regular schedule. The holidays just really screwed with my schedule. I had a hard time keeping up with stuff. But now that we're past that, I'm looking forward to getting back into the routine. Well, yeah, SEO toy reviews. I'm glad that you're helping, or I'm glad that it's helping, but I'm sorry that you're having so many issues. That's tough. You know, life can be very difficult at times. So, getting a little help through it is a wonderful thing. So, I have to thank everyone. Everyone has been very supportive here, so that's helped me a lot. Robert says he got some Marvel comics pretty cheap at a local flea market to fill in the gaps in the collection. Had to buy them in packs of 5, though. Yeah, I've seen people package them like that. So I had to get a bunch of doubles as well. You know, I suppose, you take your doubles, package them in packs of 5, and then sell them to somebody else. Yeah, Jason, more holidays are coming up. What's with that? Why do we got to have so many holidays? It'll be good, though. I feel like we're going to get back to normal. And it's going to be good. So I'll be getting back to the comic book reviews, getting back to midweek reviews. I've got some Patreon polls coming. So you guys who are on Patreon, you're wondering when you're going to get to vote on something. That will be soon. Lots of stuff coming up. Delvis says, what about Breakfast at Tiffany's? I don't remember the rest of the lyrics of that song. So Mark has a great year coming up as well. Did Lamprey as his first review, and a theme month starts in February. Secret Rebel says, have I asked, okay, when did a review on Zanzibar grape soda and chocolate-covered donuts sounds gross. Have you tried that? To be truthful, I have never actually tried the combination of grape soda and chocolate-covered donuts. I'm sure it's not great. It can't be great, right? But I'm sure I could do it. I mean, it's not so disgusting that I wouldn't be able to keep it down, but it doesn't sound very appetizing. Beta Ray Bob says Henry's hard grape soda is great. Well, that might work. Because even if it's terrible, at least you have hard grape soda. John says this week it's on for searching flea markets. Well, good luck. It's always a treasure hunt, And sometimes you find great things, and a lot of times you find a bunch of junk that's not very good. So I hope you have better luck than I do. SEO says he doesn't like grape soda. Honestly, grape soda is it's not great. I don't think grape soda tastes. In fact, I don't think most grape flavored things taste like grape. I'm not sure, where they get this idea that this flavor is grape, but for the most part, grape soda doesn't taste like grape to me. Yeah, Songcrafter says maybe have some grape soda and chocolate covered donuts on camera. Good idea. Good idea. Maybe I should have done that this live stream, but I was too busy drinking Timmer's favorite beer. Yeah, so we're doing pretty good. We still got about 20 minutes to go. I'd love to keep the live stream going all night, to be truthful to you, but I do have to get some rest. I have a very busy day tomorrow. If I survive tomorrow, then everything else is cake. We're fine. But tomorrow is going to be a tough one. I'm almost at the end of it. WWJD85 says he has root beer and white powdered donuts. That's like the Bizarro World version of grape soda and chocolate covered donuts. Yeah, truthful. Yeah, it's working. Actually, I can't speak even when I'm, completely sober. Me know not how use words good. Thanks for showing up, Michael Bassett. Hope to see you again. Thanks, Mark. And thank you, Beta Ray Bob. McDowell says he enjoyed finding new places in LA during the holidays. I'm going to assume out of context that you mean strip clubs. So awesome. Yeah, SEO toy reviews. Leaving the flubs in would make editing a whole lot easier. So I can't blame you for that. But, oh, hey, Jack Loera. Jack Loera, for whom I have to give credit for this fancy laptop that we are watching this live stream on. So thank you, Jack. And he asked, did you ever play any of the G.I. Joe video games? The answer is yes. I didn't play any of the later ones. I don't think I had... excuse me, the one for the NES, and actually had a gap where I wasn't really into video games, so some of like the later ones I didn't have, but I did have the G.I. Joe Cobra Strike game for the Atari 2600. I had the Atari game, I played that game. Honestly, it's been too many years. I don't really remember the game, but I know I had it. And I know I played it. Actually, somebody left a comment asking about my thoughts about that game, and I think that's a good question. I would have to play it again to know if it's any good. So I might just have to play it again. And my recollection is that my very vague recollection is that it wasn't very G.I. Joe-like, but we'll see. Atari games are a little hit and miss. Yeah, John Q, there was a game for the Atari 2600. And yeah, back in the day, we did have an Atari 2600. Like when it first came out, we were like the first kids in the neighborhood to have one. Secret Rebel says, why are Night Force and other Joes and Cobra toys so expensive? They seem more expensive than other toys. Toy lines like Tiger Force, etc. I think you mean TF for Tiger Force. The reason Night Force is expensive is because it was a Toys R Us exclusive, and like a lot of other exclusive toys, they would have had a smaller production run. So there are fewer of them out there. They're just rare. They're harder to find. So, you know, supply and demand, the supply is low, so the price goes up. Plus, I mean, for the most part, Night Force toys are really cool looking. So, you know, that drives the demand up even higher. Not only are they fairly rare, but they're also kind of cool looking. Let's see. Brandon had the Joe game for the Nintendo NES. I'm interested in playing that. I need to get myself an NES and get the GI. You know, I'm not a gamer. I really don't do video games. I don't typically have time to play video games. But I would consider doing like some GI Joe game, like retro game live plays. Specifically for that purpose. I wouldn't do it for just anything, but I'm actually curious about what these G.I. Joe games were like, the ones that I didn't get. So I might think about that. Might think about it. Wait, who mentioned a 5 1/4 inch floppy? Alec Tuttle says, also nobody will sell a Night Force Spearhead. Most will sell the first version. Yeah, the Night Force figures, there's no doubt about it. They are harder to come by. I mean, you can find them, but when you find them, they tend to run high. Oh, and I've missed some of your chat. I'm sorry, I missed some of the live chat. Oh, thanks, Steve Alstead. Thanks for showing up. Have a good evening. Ben Walsh says, who's your absolute favorite figure from the 80s era? Love the channel here in England. Keep up the good work. Well, hello, England from the United States. My favorite was always Stalker. Version 1.5, the swivel arm Stalker from 1983. In Action Force, I believe he was called Jammer. But I loved the character. And back when he, first came out, or when we got him, I guess in '83, that camouflage on him just made the figure seem really special. So I just sort of bonded with that figure. It's not, there was much better sculpting and much better accessories on later figures, but that's the figure that is personally the most important to me. Yeah, Chad, Night Force was a Toys R Us exclusive. It's worth checking out. Night Force didn't have anything new. Basically, they just recolored, older figures and vehicles. But some of the recolors are better than the originals. They're pretty sweet. It's worth checking out. And only Hoodie Coco is Hoodie Coco. Thank you, B. Bishop. By the way, everybody knows that slogan, only G.I. Joe is G.I. Joe. I didn't make that up, right? Everybody knows that actually came from something. Every once in a while I get a comment that the catchphrase is dumb or something like that, but I didn't make that up. I just borrowed it. Weems Wallace says, what do I think about Footloose? I think Footloose is an excellent figure. I am very partial to the authentic looking, military figures. I love how much detail they put into his equipment. I love the camouflage. Just an all around great figure. Really happy with Footloose. I think he's cool. Yes, Byron is correct. It came from the 60s advert. Alex says his first three Joes were Airborne, Doc, and Gung Ho. Airborne was favorite. No other Joe will take his spot. First of all, those are good ones. For your first ones, those are pretty good. And I was always partial to Airborne too. Of that 83 series, I don't know if he's necessarily my favorite, but he was high on the list. There was just something about that figure that appealed to me. And maybe, actually, the figure has a lot of detail in it. It's got a lot of different colors. It feels like they put a lot of extra work into the figure. I like his helmet. His helmet was like the standard helmet, but like with sculpted on goggles and like cloth covering. And that was just, to me, it was just amazing. It was like an upgrade of our classic helmet that we were used to. Anyway, so how we doing? Oh, we're closing in on an hour. We got about 8 minutes. Jack says, $1 million idea, hoodie Coco for the holidays. That's what I need to do. I was kicking myself because I wanted to do like an ugly Christmas sweater kind of design for the channel, but I just didn't get to it in time. And as Chris from Comic Tropes points out, we need a hoodie Coco t-shirt, and I haven't designed one yet. I just haven't had the time to do it. Yeah, Chad, the original G.I. Joe's thumbnail was inside the thumb, not the outside, made it possible to detect fakes. Yeah, they did that in case somebody decided to actually copy the mold. And my understanding is, like, Mego actually did that. And apparently did not catch the thumb on the wrong side, and they got busted. Hoodie Coco. Actually, Mrs. HCC, she actually has this thing that she does with Coco Exchange, and she could be a supplier of the hoodie Coco. I need to give some serious thought to this. I'm not even joking. I could make this happen, guys. I could make this happen. Mark says, would I be willing to make a modern versus vintage Tomax and Zaymot? I think about that. I need to make sure I have the modern figures. But, oh, hey, there's Crash Die Kathy. So I don't, Green Yeti, I don't know if you're still there, but Kathy is in the live chat. So, go crazy. We need SEO Toy Review says we need hoodie Coco hoodies. I've got to see. This is why I'm not a pro, because a pro would be capitalizing on all of this merchandising possibilities. I'm really dropping the ball here. I got to get some more merch up. We got to have hoodies. We got to have t-shirts. We got to have hoodie Coco. Christian Paz asked, of all modern figures, which one do you prefer most over the vintage? I am not sure. That's a good question, and I would have to really think about that. I'm not sure how to answer that yet. I'll have to give that some thought. Hoodie Cocoa Puffs. HCC788 cereal. The hoodies can be blue marshmallows. They could have the shape of Hooded Cobra Commander's head, so they'd be like the blue ghosts in Pac-Man in marshmallow form. So yeah, I mean, this. I mean, why am I not already doing this? You know, I will admit. Okay, you twist my arm. I will admit. The thought of doing the channel full time, it's still in my brain. Okay, I still occasionally have this thought that I love doing this so much. I wish I could do it full time. I've had that thought. It's not likely to be possible, but you know, if I did that, I would actually have time to do things like design T-shirts and you know, these other peripheral things other than just making the videos. Things that I always wish I could do, but I never seem to have the time to do it. Crash Diet Kathy says your nephew owns a screen printing machine to make shirts and hoodies. Well, why didn't I know that? That's a very useful bit of information. John Ramsey, HCC788, the flamethrower. The kids love it. Metal lunch boxes. So yeah, no, but for serious though, I really do need to update the merchandise, the T-shirt designs and stuff like that. I do like what I have up there, but you might just like to have, even like if you wanted an updated logo. I don't have that stuff up there yet. But you know, it's time. It's time, and right now, you know, I work full time. You know, I have a family. And then just producing the videos, it takes a lot of time, so it's tough. But I really, really want to do that stuff. You know, I want you guys to be able to get stuff like that, but also I would like to have that stuff too. I call me vain if you must, but I think it's really cool to actually be able to wear my own T-shirts with my own logo on it. I think that's neat. That's pretty neato. Jeff A. Dragon says he wants a review where you simply play with your Joes for an hour as if there is no camera. Well, that could be fun. It might be more fun than I've been having lately. Yeah, sometimes I have to get so fixated on like just the stuff that needs to happen to make the review go up that I don't really get to play with the toys like I would prefer to. Like I got Stinky Diver here. I haven't really been able to do anything with the figure. I mean, I got him. I mean, there he is. But, you know, I haven't been able to really play around with him yet. So yeah, there are sacrifices made to keep up with the schedule. But I enjoy it too much. I wouldn't have it any other way. So, in fact, it does appear to be about 8 o'clock, so it's about time to wrap this up. Green Yeti is getting my attention. Yes, Green Yeti, what's up? We will wrap it up here in a minute. Hey, ODC, that's me. Hey, nice to see you. I apologize. We're about to wrap up. Sorry. Sorry I'm not able to go longer, but it's been a very long day. I am tired, so I wanted to wrap it up at 8 o'clock. So, I'm sorry, Green Yeti. I got no control over that. Sorry, buddy. And thank you, SEO Toy Reviews and ODC That's Me, everybody. Thanks to you all. I'm going to probably experiment a little bit with the screen layout now that I can do this. I'm going to see, what different ways I can do it to make it look as cool as possible. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you, everyone. Thank you guys for being awesome. Thank you for all of your support. It means a lot to me. I'm going to keep up with this live stream schedule because I love it and I don't want to miss it. And I just enjoy interacting with you guys. But that, I believe, will be it for now. And I'm going to hit this button to turn this off.